Hello. As you can see, yesterday I had an absolutely wonderful, therapeutic mall dive. There are days when you can walk in and walk out with almost nothing, and then there are days in which you kind of strike it rich on interesting things. So, I thought I'd share, because most of this stuff will be coming to Etsy very soon. Some maybe. But I thought you might like to see what sometimes happens if you're a very good girl and you've been holding your mouth right and you hit them all, and I know this looks strange. What am I doing here with this? Well, tucked in the corner is this luscious, size extra large, pink corduroy man's shirt. Now, this absolutely made my heart flutter, because this is absolutely snuggle fodder as far as I'm concerned. Oh my, it's been soft, it's been worn, and gently worn. Collar is lovely, no marks, but $3.75. I almost hyperventilated. This is going to keep this little chicken warm. So, I just thought I'd share. Has nothing to do with art, but happiness on a mall dive. And so, let's have a look. Vintage wallpaper. I only saw this, and I remembered the feel from when I was a little girl. I remembered wallpaper feeling like this. The wallpaper that was matte and had wonderful designs, and it was the pricier of. Let's see what we have here. Oh, my. Oh, be still the cockles of my heart. Look at this. And let's see, is this what I think it is? Yes, I believe that is some gilding. So, here is this little treasure. And isn't this just beautiful? Now, this was wallpaper from the mid to late 50s. One piece. The same one. The colorway changed. And this one is in yellow. Oh Lord, yes, this was such a color of the time. Oh my, isn't that beautiful? And it just feels, I cannot begin to tell you, it's so delicious feeling. It looks and almost feels hand-painted. Try buying something like this today and seeing what that might cost. Because in the 50s, this was not free, but so beautiful. Look at the depth and dimension here. These are the kinds of goodies that you can find in a mall on a day that you don't expect, and the price being so right. Some people just don't understand. Isn't that wonderful? Let me put that over here. Then I found these. music cards from 1969 and 1984. Flip cards for, look what I found. Flip cards for music featuring 72 cards with answers on the back of each. A complete set is $3.95. General Words and Music Company, Parkbridge, Illinois, distributed by Neil Kujos Music Company. Wasn't this just a fun set? And oh my, wouldn't this just do for mixed media? Needless to say, that went on the Carol shelf also. Many of you have been asking about where do I find my little bits of collage, and here is an example. On the floor, in a basket, I sat myself down on a chair and I went through each one, and I was only able, there must have been 50 or more magazines, but I'm very picky kid. So these were $1 a piece, and I searched through for collage bits that I think might work. Some largish, some small, but a swan in a setting like this. Food, well, not so much, but isn't this lovely? And I usually try to figure for $1. I hope I can get maybe half a dozen things that I can use for my art. And if I can, this was a lucky find. A very lucky find. Oh my. Yes. And I do love pictures of ephemera, and here's just a wonderful thing. And for $1, one cannot but enjoy the September 2017 issue of Victoria. A little dampness, but down at the bottom, not really involving too much of a problem. Very nice. Southern Lady. Even a few bits from here make, now, collage. Collage. Now, of course, I'm going to put them next to my comfortable chair because, oh, wow, alligator luggage. 14 pounds for the small one, empty. I'm going to put this next to my chair, and wow, I'm going to put this next to my chair and go through each one of these and read and enjoy and cut. The only thing I don't really look at, but I will read the recipes, is the food. But I love to really scrutinize these small pictures because sometimes they are just a delight. Oh, look at this. Oh, my. And that. So, I thought I'd show you why I go to antique malls to find pretty pictures for next winter. Some of my collectible collage pieces are large, and many of them are just small. Very infrequently do you find too much about Thanksgiving, and this has a little bit in it. This was an iffy one, but Wedgwood, Christmas, worth $1. Then I found this little puppy. And it was at the back of a shelf. Well, I think it's been in there so long it's become one with the back. Let's see what we have in here. Sealing wax, a candle, and a stamp in that luscious red. And when you look very closely now under this lamp, you'll be able to see that this has some metallic in there. Let's see if we can get real close. Come on, come on, come on. Come to mother. Maybe it wants something else. Let's see. Maybe I'm trying to get blood out of a turnip. Well, my, this is the first time that this has fought me. But there are little flecks of gold in this candle. And I wish you could see them, but I guess it's not meant to be today. And it's brand new. And the stamp is quite lovely, with a heart with an arrow through it. And I just couldn't resist this, and then I turned over the ticket and I said, now if I'm very, very good today, and this is my lucky day, maybe this will be doable. And it was so, so doable. But the joys of eyeballs open, holding your mouth right at an antique mall. And so that, of course, came home. Now, here is part of my collection of old postcards. And I thought it was time for them to find new owners. These are, as you can see, are part of a carefully purchased collection, probably in the 80s, with that nice gold frame. And this one has some writing on the back, and it's incredible to me that a lot of people used pencil. And this rose is embossed on that one. And I love this one. It has a signature on it. And writing with best wishes from your friends, Morris and Ada Billy, Sandoval, Illinois, 1908, with a 1% stamp. And this one, love, love, love this one. But then I wouldn't have included them in my collection because I was a very picky girl about my collection of rose postcards. This was Germany. Here is one that is highly embossed. Can you see that? Yes, I do. Believe you can. I guess my camera's decided to work with me. Hello. And a little bit difficult to read with the embossing, but that one and this one. Isn't this one delightful? 1909. Iowa. And penny stamp. So, I'll be sharing these in my Etsy shop. Excuse me. I'm going to stop because I'm having a little allergy cough right now. I'll be right back. This postcard, as I'm sure you can tell, is a photo that is colored, and some pseudo gems are involved. They have been glued on, and you'll notice that there is glitter applied to the important parts of this. Isn't this just the cat's whiskers? And isn't that some fancy dress to be out with a tennis racket? But why not? And such a pretty girl. So this one will be coming to my shop, as will little, I call her Little Miss Peekaboo. Similar gems and glitter. But what a little pretty little girl, and look at those socks. Her dress-up shoes, some not so gorgeous socks, but at that age you don't tell a girl what kind of a sock she's going to put on that day, and a basket. I wonder, could that have been Easter? I don't know. But this one is very special, and as you can imagine, they are not easy to find in this condition. Her hair is attached to the picture with mohair. Her little bow is embossed paper. Isn't she just gorgeous? And her hair is all there. The glue is still there. This looks like the same family, or the same, and it's master, so it's a young boy. This was on the card, and I did not do anything to disturb it because I did not want to ruin the card trying to remove it. So this is very old tape, and here she is. So for those of you who have your imagination going 6 ways to Sunday right now, isn't she lovely? And another piece that requires a love of things old and unique. Remember not to put this back in that bag again. And what is this, say you? Well, let's just see. This is a Christmas ornament, a Victorian Christmas ornament. It's heavy. This must have, the silver and this copper must have been absolutely breathtaking in its day. This is stitched, I believe, onto this background. The background is the original one. Some of the very old glue is on here. You can see that these pieces of string we're holding this long tail. I'll back that out a little bit so that you can get a better view of the entire thing. And it certainly takes someone, one of these motifs is missing, and it certainly takes someone who appreciates old and beautiful and can think of things to use it for, even on a Christmas tree, which I guess would be a sensible reason. Now, all of this, I use this kind of gold in my stitchery. And if you look under, if I can just move this, yes, let me get even closer, because if I move this, you can see what this looked like underneath. Is that something, or isn't that just, well? But it is time for this and this tinsel around the edge. Old sequins. All of this carefully stitched on. It's time for this to find a new home. And I found some napkins that I have been gifted. Oops, that one was used. I will not include that, of course. But these napkins, or serviettes as they are called, were sent to me in Happy Mail. And I thought that I would just leave them in this Trove to share for your mixed media work. It's interesting the way you find certain napkins in certain places and not in others. This one is so soft. It almost feels like silk. So I thought I would. Oops, someone has nibbled at the edge of that one. Out of there. Let them eat cake. I think I'll leave this one in because of her. And this one. So, a collection of random napkins or serviettes. This I found when my husband and I were on vacation, and look at the quality and the beauty of that black paper. And the Museum of Arts and Design, I believe it was in North Carolina, and it says New York, but I certainly did not get this in New York, probably it was printed there. But look at the magnificent things here for collage. And since there's absolute no point in me having two of these, I'm going to hope that someone will enjoy having them. The quality of the paper is beyond the beyond. Aren't these lovely? and this one. So doubles of this one. A little extra goodie coming to my Etsy shop. And there's a story connected to this and connected to me. I remember this coming to me at Christmas in a box that looked like this. Beautiful box. And when I found this in the same antique mall that I hit yesterday, it brought back a flood of memories. It's incredible when your childhood comes and kind of hits you. Birds to color. And I remember where I saw this and told my mother that I liked it. And I could see her thinking, Christmas is coming. Copyright MCMLI, which is 1951. And yes, this was a present for me in 1951. And all of these lovely bird images on one side of rather nice heavyweight paper. And if you don't know what they look like, you can refer to the book. And this one, I believe, was the one on top, but some of them are in absolutely lovely condition. Yes, I believe this was on the bottom of the box, and this is what happens, you know, when cardboard ages. And this one too. But these are all in rather lovely condition. And oh my, here's one that was done. And isn't it just delightful? I'll be leaving that in the package on Etsy. So, oldie but goodie. I found this in the bottom of my stash, and I know that many of you collection for male singers. Quite old, but lovely. And I will include this. And last but not least, some Victorian bits and bobs, flowers, girls, feathers, musical instruments, small girls, some Christmassy, Father Christmas, some stamps, Fabergé eggs, Edwardian girls, pressure sensitive stickers, more Edwardian girls, some trim, appliques, hand washable in cold water with a mild detergent, oh yes, and this one, and this one, and you know, I do believe I found these, yes, reminds me, I found these in an estate sale. And Victorian ornaments, a book of 11 projects from 1975 and the second printing in 1988. And I checked the pages, the book is intact. So, for those of you who have a desire to use the patterns and make the clothing for the paper dolls, I'm going to be including this in my shop. More recycling. Yes, yes. So, I do hope you have enjoyed this little visit with the things that I have pulled out of various and sundry pockets and places. And I hope that you will take some time to visit my Etsy shop, because I have I think, an interesting grouping of things that you might be looking forward to having. And if so, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share with a friend, and I would appreciate your subscribing to my to my channel. This will be coming in the next week or so. Bye now.